Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
I just want to know how come with our two-time coach of the year, he never gets blamed for anything. He always blames everybody else. He didn't even get the game over with, and he fires Dorsey. If he's supposed to be the head coach and he's got part of the say, then why isn't he fixing the offense with Dorsey? We are never going to win with a guy like that.
As always, we appreciate all of the voicemails. Fred, when I hear that, Dorsey was brought in to maximize Deshaun Watson's skill set, run more shotgun, run RPO, and it was a disaster. If you look at that and you think anything else, it didn't work. And the other thing that this tells me, the decision to one, go out and get Watson and to continue to play Watson, they're going to say it was collaborative. That means everybody agreed to it. And I probably feel Kevin Stefanski agreed to it a little less than Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam, if you hold my feet to the fire on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I believe Kevin when he said it. When we're watching him before he was injured, and they're 1-6, even when they're 1-3 or 1-4, to continue to say gives them the best chance to win. I don't think anybody bought that, and I think that's part of what Myles Garrett and some of the defensive people were even meaning by what's the plan, because I mean, they might be smarter about football than you and I are, Dave, but I mean, I think we're not stupid, and you
Yep.
can't really believe that because, especially after, when Winston stepped in, say what you will, they averaged 300 yards a game passing. Um, but I think the detriment was, like you said, with Ken Dorsey, it was a pass first offense. And you really can't be throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game with somebody who's turnover prone in the passing game, especially when they got behind, then he'd throw turnover or interceptions in bunches. So, in fairness to Dorsey, you can look at that time. Why did the offense look so much better? He was calling the plays and running basically the same offense with some changes. So, yeah, it's a big picture thing, and I can only believe when Stefanski said it was his call, but I do believe they're all sitting in the room, and whoever says it, they all agree to it. So, but he said, "Okay, Kevin, you have final say," and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna stick with him," because I always said all along, and it's a moot point to ask the question after the season, but the season was over when you were 1-6. How long would Watson have started if he wouldn't have got hurt? Would he have still been the starting quarterback when they were 3-14? You know, you never know. But I didn't see a change coming. And I always said, why couldn't you use the baseball analogy of going to the relief pitcher? I'm firmly convinced if Jameis Winston would have stepped in 3 or 4 of those games as a spark, they might have won the Giants, Raiders, maybe even the Bengals game. Um, when you look at that schedule, and even at the end of the season, I don't buy that DTR or Bailey Zappi gave them the best chance of win. And I don't know if Winston could have played or not. But you certainly could not tell me that they were not really trying to win those games at the end of the season because with Winston, you knew one thing, you were going to move the ball and you were going to put up more points than what you did with DTR.